Alright guys, so this is gonna be a more informational video on the Mustang. So this is all related to the Mustang, so if you love Mustangs or you like the 4.0 Mustang, whatnot, this is gonna be related to dyno numbers and future plans and from there. So the Mustang stock 4.0 V6 Mustang dynoed at 172 horsepower. That's to the wheel, and with shorty headers and full exhaust and cold air intake and a tune, we did 184 to the wheels horsepower, and then with long tube headers and CAI Cats deleted, we did 92 horsepower to the wheels. With the dyno charts, I can't find my stock chart sheet, but I do have my dyno runs from shorty headers with stock cats and custom exhaust and bolt-ons, and then long tube headers with no cats, custom exhaust and bolt-ons. So for the shorty headers, we pulled in 184.40 with RPM at 5,150, and the torque was 204.61. So the torque was 204.61 at 4,000 RPMs. Was the maximum torque that we had. So we had our maximum horsepower at a little over 5,000, and we had our maximum torque at a little over 4,000. Overall, the horsepower was very nice and steady, and I have to point something out. So this is using a Dyno jet from a company that does different motor work and just a whole bunch of other stuff, and did my headers. So that was with the shorty headers. So that set up the 184.4 horsepower and 204 torque. That was with shorty headers. Just all the products are in this video description where you guys can check it out, that I've used past and present. But shorty headers, 2.5-inch exhaust piping, true duals from the headers all the way back, stock cats, stock mid pipe, let's see, X pipe, 2 cherry bomb GlassPacks and quad tips, bolt-ons, cold air intake, Screaming Demon coil pack, which doesn't help that crazy with all that stuff, high performance alternator, high performance battery, and plugs and wires, and that's it. And also a bama 93 octane tune. So that's it for that. No aftermarket fuel injectors, no aftermarket gears, no aftermarket transmission, nothing like that. It's all stock except what I just listed. So that and like I said, it was 172, I think it was 172 horsepower to the wheels, stock, completely stock. That's with nothing done. So when we went with the long tube headers, we actually gained a decent amount of horsepower. I mean, not crazy, but we did gain some. So remember the shorties with stock cats, we had 184.4 horsepower. With the long tube headers, we did 191.95, so basically almost 192 horsepower at 5,000 RPMs. And remember the shorty headers and the stock cats, we had 204 torque. And for the long tube headers with no cats, same other exhaust setup, same X pipe, mid pipe, same mufflers, quad tips. We did 215.29 torque at 4,000 RPMs, a little higher than the shorties did. So we gained basically 11 torque, and basically, let's see, about 7, almost 8 horsepower more. So let me see if I can switch this around so you guys can see. I'm trying to look at it at the same time, so I don't know if you guys can see. That's the horsepower chart. It's very solid, very steady. You know, obviously every dyno is different. There's a lot of dynos out there that will show incorrect horsepower, like, and also you have to take in consideration weather and how hot it is, and that stuff does play a role in it. But not bad for stock fuel pump, stock gear, stock transmission. 125,000 miles on it. Stock fuel injector, stock heads, stock, basically all that stuff stock. So basically the only things that really would have contributed to gaining anything from stock would be the exhaust, the complete exhaust setup, the cold air intake, the tune, the plugs and wires, and Screaming Demon coil pack help with response. So because of the response, you know, you get a little quickness more out of that, but that's not going to make too big of a deal. It's not going to be something just alone's going to do any crazy. Those are kind of add-ons. So doing a high performance coil pack will benefit you as you add more mods. So we supercharge it, do heads, do fuel injectors, you know, do all the works. That just kind of adds on and increases those products to do better. So yeah, I do have to point this out that the bama tune is awesome for stock Mustangs. It's awesome if you have a Mustang with shorty headers and stock cats, but after you get rid of your stock cats and you go with long tubes, the bama tune is actually worse. It actually, even though I have a horsepower increased here, it's actually not as good as if you, obviously, as if you go and have it dyno tuned. But because of how bama tunes work, the tune actually tries to give fuel when the car needs it, and because of that, it's not fine tuned as good as, you know, having it dyno tuned. So someday when it's supercharged, we will actually spend the money to get it dyno tuned, so it is dead on. I would guess if we had a dyno tuned now, we would be pulling in 195 to 200 horsepower to the wheels, versus the 192 horsepower, because yeah, I can tell the difference. I can tell with the bama tunes, and a lot of guys out there say, you know, the tunes aren't that good. The tunes are excellent. If you got a stock Mustang, the 93 octane bama tune will just make your car come alive if you have a stock Mustang. And you can go as far as shorty headers and stock cats and still see a massive difference, but when you start going out further from there, the tune is just worthless. So, you know, I got the tune. With having long tubes and cat deletes, it's not worth it at this point to get rid of the tune and go with a better tune. But definitely, if I do injectors or supercharge or heads or, you know, all of that other stuff, then we definitely do not want to use the junk tune for that. But for just regular, it's great. So I'll show you guys one last time. What you can do is just pause the video if you want to see the charting better. I can't remember what the torque was for stock. I know we were 172 horsepower. What was the torque? I want to say it was like 179. I want to say. Now these keep in mind, these are all to the wheels. Like this is the crank. This is not what Ford says. Ford says the car is 210 horsepower. Yes, it might be 210 horsepower to them and whatever torque they say, but that's not to the wheels. So to the wheels is actually putting down on the pavement what horsepower is being put down. What all these companies say with their horsepower is it's not to the wheels. That's horsepower, I forget, from the block, but not actually once it hits the wheels and go. So a lot of people might be thinking, well, wait, if it's 210 horsepower and you're only doing 191, well, what's wrong there? You just have to understand to the wheels and not. Alright guys, take care and thank you for watching this video. There might be a clip at the end.